Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about tomorrow's Breeze packs dropping in NBA 2K25 My Team. Unfortunately, we were correct. There is no next content this year. We'll see if 2K mixes in any of the incoming rookies here over the next month and a half, 2 months of content to finish out the year. I mean, there's not going to be 2 full months of content left. It's probably about a month and a half. The rest of the season, basically, in season 8, that'll be it. But we'll see if 2K mixes in the Cooper Flags and the Dylan Harpers and the Ace Baileys and any guys like that. And I mean, if not, it kind of is what it is at this point. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be too, I wouldn't get your hopes up at this point for those guys coming. But this is a crazy drop. We got Goat Wilt Chamberlain, Goat KD, can play shooting guard just like his Invincible card could, which makes sense. And then Goat Penny Hardaway as well, who I did predict coming out today. So at least I got one of the main cards right. Invincible Cade Cunningham, Invincible James Harden, Invincible Joe Johnson, and Invincible Evan Mobley, who probably is going to be really good. That's the first probably good Evan Mobley card we've really ever had in my team. 2K never really gives him great cards. His jumper always sucks. And that card will finally probably not have his own jumper, and he'll actually probably be a pretty good card. So that's nice. It's about time, I would say, that we got a good Evan Mobley card. But the 100 overalls, I'll be completely honest, leave a bit to be desired. I mean, Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal are undersized PGs at this point in the year, and Zach Randolph, Joakim Noah are just kind of, I don't know, there, I guess. They're not going to be spectacular cards, but they're going to be good. I mean, depending on jump shot and animations, Randolph at small forward could be a solid card, and Joakim Noah, a little bit undersized at power forward at only 6'11", but his jumper was great on his Galaxy Opal. There's definitely a possibility for that card to be absolutely insane. As I say that, I know this isn't part of the video. I'm opening singles to try to get pieces for Zach Randolph, and I just pulled a GOAT card. I'm dropping a video, my next video after this. My pack luck today, oh my gosh, I just pulled a GOAT card. Okay, this has nothing to do with the video, but y'all are gonna enjoy this. Let's hope this is Yao Ming. I might have just pulled GOAT Yao Ming. If this says Western Conference, I think this is Yao. Oh my gosh, I think I just pulled Yao Ming. Wait, no, I don't know who this is. Oh, it's Oscar. Oh, that's so disappointing. I just pulled a GOAT Oscar. Holy crap. What are my pack odds? I just pulled, okay, beside the point, I pulled Invincible Ben Simmons earlier today out of singles too. I've opened like a million MT of singles, and I've pulled Invincible Ben and GOAT Oscar Robertson. I'm just trying to get the last couple pieces I need for Ralph Sampson. I'll drop a video later today. Y'all will see. It's not the point of this video. We'll talk about this, but holy crap. At least, it wasn't Yao. I say at least. I wish it was Yao. That would have been the craziest thing ever, but that's still an absolutely ridiculous pull. And the fact that I pulled him as I was recording this video, because I'm literally just sitting here opening singles as I talk about these cards, that's wild. I thought I had to share that with y'all real quickly, but that is beside the point. Anyways, this is a drop with some interesting top tier cards, but there's a good chance, at least right now, it looks like that the lower level cards are a little bit mediocre. Now, obviously, there's still always the possibility of elite level Dark Matters, elite level Galaxy Opals. I mean, we saw that last week in the NBA Draft #1 pick set, where it was absolutely awesome. There were a lot of absolutely awesome budget cards. So hopefully that is the case again, and hopefully these budget cards are relatively attainable. We will see. I don't know. At this point, the only thing that I really have positively to say about this is that I think Evan Mobley will probably be decently affordable and be pretty darn good. So that's the most exciting part. We'll go through and talk about each card individually. At the end of the day, I mean, Wilt and KD are both going to be millions of MT, so most people probably won't be getting those cards, but I would assume Wilt will basically be a GOAT version of his 100 overall card, and that he probably gets the same jumper as his 100 had, considering it's a very good jumper. Claxton base, GG Jackson up on very quick. Really nice, smooth, easy jump shot. So my guess is he probably just sticks with that jumper, but gets the Garland dribble style Francis size up tray behind the back, better step back, stuff like that is my guess, is what we'll see with Wilt. He'll just be a better version of his 100 overall. So if you like 100 overall Wilt, you'll love GOAT Wilt. That being said, GOAT Wilt will be expensive, so take that for what you will. KD, same story, will be a at least buyable version of the Invincible KD. He'll be obviously better than the Invincible KD, but not probably hugely better, because he can't get that much better. He'll basically, I would assume, have the same jump shot. Maybe they give him Pro 2 fade instead of just giving him his own fate. Who knows? Garland, Francis Curry, Trey he already had Defux crossover. Maybe they give him a better drag back, but in terms of animations, it'll pretty much be very close to the same. So if you already have Invincible KD, no reason to get GOAT KD, although you already have Invincible KD, that means you spent a lot of money to get him because he's expensive. That being said, he will be the best shooting guard in the game. I mean, his Invincible, I personally would say, is still the best shooting guard in the game. So GOAT KD, who's a better version of the Invincible, will absolutely be the best shooting guard in the game. I do expect that card to be extremely, extremely good, but also the most expensive card in the game, in the set. He'll be 5 million MT probably, or something like that. 4 for sure. Like, he's going to be uber expensive. And then Penny, who likely will be one of the best point guards in the game, will get a new jump shot because his shot on his own card isn't that great. Even on his 100 overall, they gave him a different shot. We'll see if they change the shot from the 100 overall. That's what I'm interested to see. Because this Dinwiddie based Curry, Seth Curry upper, not that great, to be honest. He'll obviously have better SIGs. He'll have the perfect SIGs, just like a standard GOAT card. He'll be great. There's no doubt about it. That's a top 5 point guard in the game. Probably better than like an MJ or Luka or LaMelo or something like that. But it'll depend on jump shot. Because if they give him the same jumper, the Dinwiddie Curry combination that he had on his 100 overall, that'll knock him down a few spots for sure at the PG spot. Because that jumper is just not that elite, to be totally honest with y'all. That being said, Invincible Cade, Invincible Harden, Invincible Joe Johnson, Invincible Evan Mobley. Cade and Harden are pretty much there as guys who, if you are big fans of those players specifically, pick them up and have fun with them, they will be good. That being said, I think it's completely valid to just note and point out that realistically, neither of those guys are going to be uber top tier at this point. I would assume Cade will be a Luka, close to LaMelo, maybe Devin Booker, Vince Carter level Invincible, who is a very solid card, a top 10-ish point guard, but probably not any higher than that, really. And then Harden will probably be a little bit lower than that, just because he's a little bit smaller. But if you're big fans of those guys, I don't think they'll be that insanely expensive. Like, good chance both of them are under $1 million at least. So if you want to get those guys for your team, then they'll be at least like probably not too insanely expensive, although I do expect them to be decently expensive because they are still big name players and stuff. Joe Johnson, finally gonna get a good ISO Joe card, I guess, but there's 9 billion shooting guards. I just don't think that many people need a Invincible Joe Johnson. Now, if you're an ISO Joe fan and you want to pick him up and use him and finally use a good version of him, because this will actually probably be his first like legitimately good card of the year, because his jumper's been pretty mid on his other cards, you could definitely do that, and he should be a solid card, and I would expect him to, again, not be that ridiculously expensive, probably sub $1 million, because again, there's a ton of good shooting guards. So this card doesn't change anything for the meta of the game or anything along those lines. And then finally, you have Evan Mobley, who, like I said, will probably be very similar to a Kevin McHale / Sean Kemp level Invincible. I think he's what, 6'11". He doesn't have quite the wingspan of McHale, but he's got a pretty good player build, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, he'll be, I would think, pretty darn good. 6'11", 7'4" wingspan, small forward option. Assuming they give him a god tier jump shot, which they should, he should be very good. I would expect good things from that Evan Mobley card. I do think he'll be a very solid card. And then the 100 overalls, like I said, Russell Westbrook, not exciting unless you're a big Russ fan. Bradley Beal, not exciting unless you're a big Bradley Beal fan. And then Zach Randolph and Joakim Noah definitely have the potential to be good cards, but I doubt there's a world in which they're that insane, especially for a guy like Randolph. As solid as he is, he's a 6'9" small forward at this point in the year. 2K just gave us free Kenyon Martin, Dark Matter Joe Smith, Galaxy Opal Purvis Ellison, and a bunch of other good attainable small forwards very recently. I think a lot of people, if you don't have top tier small forwards, would probably just run those guys, then run Zach Randolph. So not sure what the place for these 100s overalls in the meta is. I would have liked to see at least like one standout 100 overall. I don't think this drop really has that, but we'll have to wait and see on the Dark Matters and the Galaxy Opals. Hopefully there are some more budget beasts in there the way that there were last week in the #1 pick set, and you know, some exciting top tier names for sure, but it's still a bit disappointing for sure to not be getting next content. I think most of y'all probably agree with my opinion on that and wish we were getting next content instead this week, but it is what it is. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.